All right, ladies, we're getting ready to do our Freed on Business segment, so stand by. They're playing the music right now. All right, America, welcome back to Freed on Business. We are doing our social media segment. I want to thank John Mahoney at Social Media 305 for coming in today and bringing some social media thought leaders. We've got Janie Coffey at Janie C. She's a realtor for One Sotheby's in Miami, and PR and marketing executive Natasha Otero Santiago at Natasha OS. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, now, Johnny, you're sitting there tweeting away, but thanks for bringing everybody in.
My pleasure. I'm really glad to have them here. They're two of the people that I met first when I was using social media, and you know, like I say all the time, you meet high-quality people, and social media truly is social, and we're proving it right now.
Yes, we are, and I want to talk to Janie first. Janie, what made you get involved with social media? And you're a realtor. Do you find it useful in business? Because a lot of people say that Twitter doesn't work for business and social media doesn't work in business, but I think you have another approach.
I do have another approach. I think that anybody who relies on a contact base or a sphere of influence can do very, very well using all kinds of social media channels to grow their base, connect with their base, and incubate the people that they meet on a day-to-day basis. Because think about it, normally you would just meet somebody at a Chamber of Commerce meeting or network meeting. You might get their card, and it's very likely you might not follow up with them ever. Or if you do, it might be the following month. But using social media, you can grow that relationship much quicker and much more organically because you're really getting to know them as a person, just like if you were hanging out at a water cooler with them.
Oh, you're giving away my secrets. Yes, I love keeping in touch with everybody. That's one of the reasons I do the radio show. It's a, hey, everybody, I'm out there once a week.
Yep.
Now, Natasha, how do you find social media works for you and your clients? And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Oh, well, thank you, Jim, and I'm happy to be back after a year.
Oh, come on. It's only been 362 days.
That is right. Well, you know, I was in public relations for almost 20 years, and what I brought, the social media tools are a great way to do marketing plans and PR plans for my clients. And it's the same thing, it's building a community around your client base. A lot of my clients are restaurants, and they're restaurants in Miami, so it's very helpful. And only that, I do volunteer work for other organizations, and I'm one of the co-directors of Latinos in Social Media. And one of the things that we do...
Now, wait a minute. You're a Latina in social media.
Yes,
okay.
I am.
So it's Latinas and Latinos.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And so one of the things that we do is engage the Hispanic community in all the nation, but I'm in charge of the South Florida chapter with Blanca. And it's just fantastic.
Wait. You can't go right past that. Blanca Stella Mejia. I just love saying that.
I know, isn't she fantastic?
Blanca Stella Mejia, my favorite social media experto. She's the best.
I know. She is a great friend.
At Miami Shines.
Exactly.
At Miami Shines.
At Miami Shines, and her blog is Mi Caminar.
Okay.
And so that's what, to add to what Janie said, is a great way organically and real to build a community around a client. And when you have Miami clients that love your restaurant or love your client because of what he does, because of the buzz, the word of mouth, and you create that, it's fantastic.
And I love being part of the buzz.
Yeah.
Now, Janie, you use it, you're a realtor, very successful one. You use social media for real estate, right?
I do use social media for real estate.
And you find it effective, do you not?
I find it very effective.
And why do you find it effective?
I find it effective in a lot of different ways. One, as we mentioned earlier, where you can really engage and incubate the relationships you've made specific to the area that you serve. Two, you can really show yourself as the neighborhood expert. If you're checking in on Foursquare in the area that you talk about, people start to see that you're a person who doesn't just talk the talk, but you walk the walk, because they see you moving around doing your normal life in the area that you say you serve. You can talk about the specific businesses in that area. You can talk about things coming up, events, and people start to really see you as the local neighborhood expert by what you're doing and how they see you checking in, talking about things. And then three is, of course, blogging or anything else like that, where you can do additional coverage about the area that you serve.
Yeah, I was just reviewing with the guys from Associates in Business some of the metrics on the radio show, and I found that the month that I sent out my article that I wrote with Craig Worley on Brickell and the condo market, that my activity spiked. So I've got to believe that also having excellent content is important as well. What do you think?
It's very important. I mean, people want to read content. Not only read content, they want to see content. The type of business that I do as luxury real estate is very image focused. So we use a lot of social media that focuses on imagery, like Instagram, Pinterest, etc., where we're really showing these beautiful properties that we're going to, that we're talking about. It's not just bread and butter type of properties, but it's the type of properties we almost call it real estate porn because it gets people really excited. Can I say that?
Yes,
can I say that on your show,
Yes,
Joe?
you just did. You just did, and you laughed about it.
I'm tagging it on Instagram as we speak.
Yeah, that's Johnny talking about residential whatever. We're not going to, But Natasha, so we've talked about how we
I
can.
just got booted from the show.
No, you didn't get booted. It was just Natasha's turn. We'll be back. We'll be back with more dirty talk from you in a second. Now, Natasha, how do you use content from the restaurants? Do you take pictures? Do you do testimonials? What's up with that?
Well, thanks God, there's a lot of platforms out there that are also very helpful to restaurants, like Yelp, like Pinterest, Instagram, food spotting. So you actually, if you're a good PR person and you do well the social media, you research where your restaurants have been mentioned, what photos have been taken from the restaurant and from their plates, and you thank the community. You let them know. So the content is also the content that this community is telling you about your restaurant. So you use their content.
So then what you really do is you begin to have an active conversation with your clients, your customers, and then who eventually becomes your community.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
I see I'm getting Janie C is giving me the nod here. So
Yeah.
you're not totally off the show. You can come back in anytime you agree with us.
Well, yeah, one of the things that a lot of restaurants don't do, and they should, Yelp is a great tool. And Yelp is reviews, and it doesn't have to be restaurants. It can be reviews of spas, of everything.
Radio shows.
Radio shows also of personalities, and
Wait, I don't have any personality.
and as a lot of people miss the opportunity to actually give thanks to these people that take time to create that content.
Well, this is my thanks to the two of you. I hope that I don't have to go and do it on Pinterest, but you're terrific. Now, Janie, we talked a little bit about Social Media Day 2012. What did you learn from Social Media Day 2012, and what are you going to take with you for Social Media Day 2013, if I may be so bold as to predict that it will occur?
It will occur, and it'll probably occur twice as big, twice as good, twice as much sponsors, twice as much attendance. It was fabulous. It was really a grassroots effort of people who are in social media. We came together with no other agenda, no personal agenda, but to provide a fantastic social media day for the community, from beginner level people all the way to advanced level people. And the sponsors were amazingly supportive. So it just shows the power when people are passionate and come together. And we, of course, use social media to organize the whole thing and to reach out. And thank you for your sponsorship.
Well, first of all, you're very welcome for the sponsorship. I want to say that I originally met Blanca Stella Mejia about 2 years ago and thought that social media was and I have found instead that I'm the one who is for thinking that it was because social media is extraordinarily important. I'm learning how to get the message out. I'm learning how to become a thought leader in what I do. And that to me is what's most important. And for the professional people that are out there that think that this is only for restaurants and realtors, the truth is that it is still virgin territory at the top of the mountain. You can still go out there and plant your flag. Granted, it will be next to mine at this point, but you can still go out there and plant your flag. And we have many of the biggest law firms and accounting firms in town that are talking to us right now about how they can begin to amplify their message on social media. Johnny and I have been having meetings with them. Some of the things that are becoming in the fourth quarter of this year are going to be very exciting evolutions to the professional application of social media beyond the real estate and food and beverage world. Very exciting. However, today we're talking about what's going on now. So what are some of the improvements and that you're going to see for Social Media Day 2013? Because you did talk about how it was good for the newbie like me, I thought, and also for the advanced, which I found that I was like that too. So what are some of the things to look forward to next year? We'll go to JDC.
Again, I just think it's going to be bigger. It's going to be broader. It might be longer. This time we had 4 hours of education within a networking component and a happy hour component. It might turn into an all-day event. It could honestly, theoretically, be an entire weekend based on the amount of fantastic presentation suggestions that we had. We had an overwhelming number of speakers present their ideas to speak at the event, and it was fantastic. So I think we're going to see more content, more educational component, a bigger party, bigger celebration, always Miami style, which is big and bold. It really exceeded our expectations, and I think, again, next year is going to be fantastic.
Now, Natasha, you're involved with the planning committee too. Let's say that somebody wants to get involved. It sounds to me like this event needs some good sponsors. If people want to get to be a sponsor, join me and the rest of the sponsors. I mean, first of all, you had sponsors from around the world.
We did.
Not just Miami, around the world. France, I think there was a guy there from.
Yeah,
Germany, I think there was a guy there from. All over the world, I was meeting people. They spoke funny languages. That's how I knew they were from out of town.
Yeah,
Although I guess that really now that the people, everybody in town, I speak English. Is that a funny language? I don't know anymore. Okay, Natasha. So
well, it
if
depends on how you speak it, Jim.
and there you go, spoken like a guy who does it with his fingers. Now,
One of the best way to get in contact with the group that made this happen this year, there is a website called miamisocialmedia.com. Over there, there is a about us, a contact us, an agenda, what we brought together. So it's a wonderful way to get in contact. The whole also on Facebook, we have a page called Social Media Day Miami. So on Facebook also, you can send us a message, like us, and send us a message, and we'll receive it. And definitely, we welcome as many people as possible to come and help us. And the sponsors that would love to start working with us from now on for 2013 are more than welcome to start helping.
yeah, let me just say this as a sponsor. Get in on the ground floor. The benefit that you will get from this event is something that you cannot even anticipate because you don't know what's going to happen. And that's the whole thing, is that it's very organic, it's always changing, and it's really neat. Now, one of the things about social media that I've always thought would be a challenge, and I want to address this to Janie, is, Janie, you're a top person for a big company. Does the big company have rules and regulations and things that you have to adhere to when you're doing your social media activities?
I am very, very blessed to work with a very forward-thinking, very tech-savvy company that really trusts my opinion and how I behave and how I work, that I have no rules around me. I have open latitude. Some companies are like that, but I think that really stifles the true nature of what social media is about, because it's about being human. It's not about being crafted. It's not about being a marketed piece. It's about relationships one-on-one. And so I am very blessed. I know that other people aren't quite in that same position. So it all depends. And I think that as companies become more comfortable with what social media is, those rules and regulations are going to get tampered down a little bit. But it's still a very uncomfortable space for big corporations that are used to controlling everything.
Oh, and there you go. The word is control. I think they're all worried about one of their young kids going to a bar and being shown doing some risque thing. And I think that just becomes responsibility. When I operate in my life, I give people rope until they use too much and hang themselves. And I think that's the way that people have to look at social media. I think you have to assume that everybody's going to be responsible unless they've proven to not be in the past. And I also think that organizations need a coordination point for social media, somebody to coach people and teach them to make sure that the company looks professional. Now, we've only got a couple of minutes left in this segment, so I want to ask Natasha.
Yes.
Tell me what your favorite social media campaign that you've run so far is.
Ooh, that's putting me on the spot.
You're on the spot. You've only got 35 seconds.
Mofongo
34,
Cure.
33,
There you go.
32.
I just told you.
What?
The Mofongo Cure. It's
Wait.
a hashtag. Mofongo Cure mofongo is a Puerto Rican dish that is served by Jimmy C's Kitchen in Wynwood.
No, I know. You say what mofongo is. How could somebody not know what mofongo is and grow up in Miami, even if you think it's a dirty word? No, it's not a dirty word. It's mofongo. Now go have some.
So try to have mofongo as a cure for everything that ails you, from a hangover to morning sickness to marital problems. That's what mofongo cure is all about. Have a mofongo.
Hey, and you know what? Wynwood's the perfect place to have a mofongo if it's from Puerto Rico, because Wynwood is all about Puerto Rico.
That's right, and that's the perfect place for a Puerto Rican restaurant.
There you go. Perfecto. Mofongo in Wynwood from, I don't know where. What's the place?
Jimmy C's Kitchen in Wynwood.
I love it. Now, Juan, do we have to go to a break? We have one more minute. What if we go to a break and come back? All right, we're going to go to a break and we're going to come back with just a couple more minutes here of social media, and then I'm going to have my editorial about why we're not treating our kids like gold. Back after this!